YouTube, today, some Sceptile action. I've been trying to use this Pokemon for a while and I finally made a team with it. We have Sceptile with Screech here, and if you do enjoy the Sceptile idea, make sure you hit the like button down below like you hope that Sceptile will hit his Screech in this episode, and leave a comment down below as it really does help me out. But otherwise, try out the team. You have 2 weeks to grab with this code here before it expires, and there is a paste bin available in the description down below. But we'll see how Sceptile goes. Let's play some games and we'll see how it goes. Hey, are y'all subscribed to the channel? About 50% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. If you would like to see more cool teams this month, make sure you do so. Thank you. All right, we got Ricky here with a Lapras Tornadus. Tornadus is a little bit of a troublesome Pokemon for me. The Incineroar, Rillaboom, Dragapult, and Psyshock. Oh, this looks really scary, actually. Okay, so they got quite a few threats right here. The Torn, of course, is a little bit scary because the speed control is really solid against my team. Pheromosa is really good against their team, but of course there is the double fake out, which I do have to watch out for because I am not protect on my Pheromosa here. So the problem is they have 2 different modes here and I have no idea which mode they're bringing. I'd say they go the Lapras mode, but Dragapult does seem pretty tempting against me. I think Lapras mode makes more sense though overall. We'll see though. I think I want to go. The thing is, my best mode to Lapras is probably Glacier, but I don't think it's effective here. Like, I really don't think it's that effective here. So, what do I want to go? I think Pheromosa for sure. I do want to go Pheromosa and maybe the Tapu Lele. I don't think Tapu Lele is that bad here. I really do like it overall, I think. I have Ho-oh in the back and Sceptile. The reason I think I can bring Sceptile is I think the Bulldoze can really come into play later, potentially. And I really do like the Screech option. I was also considering leading a Ho-oh plus the Sceptile for the Screech immediately. That might not have been a bad play. The only thing I'm fearing though, if I do lead that, is if the Torn goes for Icy Wind immediately, because the Torn, if it's Timid max speed, will outspeed my Sceptile. Go for the Icy Wind because of the fact that I'm not max speed on my Sceptile. So they go for Icy Wind, and then the Lapras can follow with a Freeze Dry, which I'd be scared of. And yeah, this is what the lead I would expect here. So that's nice because I don't think Dragapult's in the back, which makes this game a lot easier for me. So we do lead the Pheromosa here with the Tapu Lele, and you know, we got quite a few options. That Lapras has to be pretty fast here in order to outspeed my Pheromosa, so that is a pointer right here. What do I want to get rid of is the question, because both of these are pretty big threats. I'm just trying to figure out what do I need specifically here. I think I do have to get rid of the Lapras as quick as possible, of course, because of the fact that I do have a Ho-oh, and I think that is the goal here. I'm kind of curious if they protect the turn 1 and go for the Tailwind so they can Icy Wind the following turn. Yeah, some Laprases do run 4 attacks, so I don't think that's worth the trade-off. Let's just go for a close combat Psyshock, I think, in the Lapras turn 1, and just go for the big massive damage that I can, especially if I can O-code a Lapras if it's a frail one before Roarveil sets up, or just like do a bunch of damage before Roarveil gets set up. I think that's absolutely fantastic. So let's see what's going to come out here. I'm really worried about this Torn moveset because I have no idea what it would be. I'd say it's probably Hurricane. I assume it's probably Tailwind. Okay, so they do attack turn 1, which is really nice because you would assume they're not going to go for Max Guard turn 1, I think, against these Pokemon. If you're going to protect, you're just going to click regular protect and not Max here. So the Max does give me some confidence right here, although it could be Policy on the Lapras. But the Policy should only matter. Ooh, Policy could matter here. We'll see, I guess. We'll see. It is going to be Tailwind from the Torn, no surprise here. How fast is the Lapras? Are you fast? Are you like max speed? You are not max speed, so I am able to get Psyshock off into Lapras first. And close combat. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm faster than Lapras. That's actually really big. So Lapras is pretty weakened right here. That's their Dynamax model immediately, but they do get the Veil up. Oh, it is Policy. Okay. So this Policy, that's okay. But you go down to Sceptile attack here. Resonance going to come out into the Tapu Lele, so Tapu Lele is going down. That's fine. That actually is probably best case scenario because I get a free switch here. Oh boy, but if it's Policy, I'd assume that the Lapras is extremely bulky, right? I don't know how much speed investment you would have though. I think my best play here is to go Sceptile right here. Is it Sceptile? I think Energy Ball would KO at that range. That's really tough to say. I think I go Sceptile though. I think I just attempt Sceptile and I go for the Energy Ball into the Lapras slot and go for a triple Axel into the Torn slot. And I think that will pay off here. So Yeah, I'm gonna go for a triple Axel into the Torn slot, and I am gonna go for an energy ball into the Lapras slot. I'm gonna try to pick up 2 KOs to get in Ho-Oh without Intimidate potentially, because I think back Pokemon would be like Zacian and Incineroar. They go for Hurricane, which is perfect. Okay, so Sceptile avoids. I'm able to go for a energy ball, and oh, the Lapras barely survives. That's huge actually, but I am able to get a triple Axel off at least into the Torn. Do I KO though? I don't think I KO because yeah, okay. And what did they go for with the Lapras? It is going to be a Max Geyser. Okay, so they just up the rain. That's okay. I don't think that's too bad for me. They go for it into Pheromosa. So Pheromosa survives the turn, which is actually pretty nice here. So they don't have Icy Wind, I think, because if you're my opponent, I think you go for Icy Wind there. Because, like, you know Hurricane's probably not going to pick up the knockout onto Sceptile at that range. So, yeah, I think right here, my play is to go into Ho-Oh and just Energy Ball the Lapras once again. Yeah, I think that's a fine play. I don't expect Icy Wind here, as I mentioned before. I think you would have went for Icy Wind earlier, unless they forgot about Unburden. I do want to go for the Energy Ball into Lapras here, and I want to save Pheromosa because I think Pheromosa is a decent factor here. Although maybe yeah, I mean, I think they Hurricane the Pheromosa. We'll see though. I'm gonna go into Ho-Oh and I'm just gonna Energy Ball. I do need Ho-Oh decently healthy for the max, but I can't always go for Regenerator health, and Hurricane shouldn't be doing that much to my team. I'm just worried about confusion, I guess. Let's see. We'll bring out the Ho-Oh. We're going to see the Hurricane once again come out into the Sceptile, which won't be able to pick up a knockout. Yep. Okay, Sceptile. Nice. No confusion. Okay, that's really good. We're able to knock out the Lapras, and that's huge. So Lapras goes down. Beautiful. And we do have a Ho-Oh that is not bad in this situation at all. And what's nice here is I should be able to go for an Airstream into the Torn slot this last turn and prevent Tailwind. Unless they protect, I guess. But, ooh, we'll see. Incineroar going to come out. That's fine. That's pretty solid for me, actually. Okay, but... Trying to think about these last upcoming turns. I think this is parting shot here. I'm definitely going to Airstream the Torn. That's 100% my play here. I just don't know what I'm doing with Sceptile. Probably protect here. I just don't know if Torn's protecting or going for the Hurricane here. I could see either or. I think you would try to maybe pick up the knockout Sceptile here, potentially. And just because you would trap in my Ho-Oh with the minus... stat drops here, but let's see. Or you could attack with Incineroar into Sceptile and protect Torn too. That would definitely be a play here. I do have Psychic Terrain up for another couple turns, which is really nice because I can go for a Screech into like a max Quake into the Zacian, which could be really nice here. So I think I will be looking for forward to that. So let's see here. We will max our Ho-Oh, and Screech Sceptile might be the play here. I do think it can be really good. We do have to hit a Screech though. And the question is, what do I want to go for? Do I want to go for the Screech into the... who do I want to go for the Screech into? I think that's also a big question. But we do bring out the Ho-Oh here. And let's see. Gonna be protect from the Sceptile. The thing is, I'm not KOing the Incineroar with close combat from my Pheromosa. Fake out into... Okay, I think they forgot about the Fang. They forgot about the Fang, the Psychic Terrain. I mean, that works out perfectly. They don't get a Intimidate pivot once again. So now my Ho is only at -1 compared to like what could be -3 here. So that's really big. Or maybe my opponent forgot that Psychic Terrain existed on the field. So nice. We are able to eliminate the Torn. I think that's always a mistake that happens. I definitely have forgotten those moments, but what's nice is I have the speed advantage right now, and that's really important. So we do see the Zacian as the last Pokemon, no surprise. And ooh, now this is where it gets potentially really scary. So I do love the Screech option. They should only have one more turn of Veil. Yeah, it's one more turn of Veil. Now I have no idea whether they're going to protect the Zacian or not, which is a pretty important factor. But what I am going to try to do, I think, is maybe just an Airstream here with Ho. How fast is my Ho again? It is decently fast. I have no idea if the Zacian is Jolly or Adamant. I would say it's Adamant, but I think the best play here is just the Airstream anyway, because I don't see a harm in it. And going for the Screech here into the Incineroar. I could also just go for a Bulldoze. That's not a bad risk play either. But yeah, I'm going to Screech the Incineroar, and I am going to go for a Airstream, because Zacian could protect you. Yeah, exactly. Incineroar probably just trying to pick up a knockout here, or maybe parting shot to slow down my Ho-Oh. But we will go for the Screech here into Incineroar. We aren't going to pick up a big knockout, unfortunately, because of Aurora Veil and the Intimidate from earlier. But this is a pretty good start right here, because we are going to be able to get an Airstream. So Ho-Oh is guaranteed faster than the Zacian, which is really nice. I got some good damage off in the Incineroar too, so that's really solid. Okay. I could always Bulldoze here too. Like I could have always Bulldozed. We are going to see a Citrus Berry on the Incineroar. That's fine. I'm just trying to put in range of guarantee. Snarl. Okay. Sceptile avoids. I don't think Snarl would have KO'd Sceptile because of how especially defensive my Sceptile is and how weak it is as a move from Incineroar. So that ends up working out fine. I mean, I think Pheromosa just Okos the Incineroar at this point. The rain is still up. The Psychic Terrain's gone. The Aurora Veil's gone here. So yeah, we can go for a... I want to say Screech Max Quake is probably the play here. I'd say Screech Max Quake is the play here. I just want to... Or I could Bulldoze, but I think Screech is just fine. Because like I don't need speed control at all. I'm guaranteed to be faster with Ho-oh and the Pheromosa in the back. So I might as well just go for the Screech and Quake here into the Zacian. So yeah, might as well. So we will Screech the Zacian. As long as my opponent doesn't crit my Ho-oh, I should be able to survive any attack, and then I should be able to finish off with a close combat into Sacred Fire. And even if I miss Sacred Fire, I don't think it's that bad. So here comes a Max Quake into the Zacian as... Oh man, that's a knockout. That's a good knockout. Oh, that's a good knockout. Okay, goodbye, Zacian. I didn't expect that to knock out. I know it was -2, but I was intimidated earlier, so... That's why Parting Shot might have been a big dare. Or U-turn. I think this is... Well, this isn't a Solve Vest. We confirmed that, right? We saw Citrus. Although we haven't seen Parting Shot. I don't know what item it is to be confirmed. But yeah, now I can win the game with Pheromosa. And oh, Screech Sceptile, so good here. While it wasn't able to knock out the Lapras like I was hoping to, it just ended up working out immensely well. The Screech was really good in the end game. How fast it was, like really made my opponent struggle. And yeah, really solid right there. Like, I thought it was a cool idea, and I'm really glad to see it paying off here. So we are going to go for a Brave Bird into the Incineroar slot, and we are going to go for a close combat right here into Incineroar, and this should be game because it shouldn't live to close combat anyway. And we even get the Brave Bird off first, so there's no way you're going to live this upcoming time. Wow, I don't even need the close combat. I'm surprised I can't. Oh yeah, because Aurora Veil was happened when I airstreamed, and then once Aurora Veil ended, like the Incineroar was -2. Yeah, man, Screech coming into play right there. That's absolutely insane. Did you see how much damage I did? Oh, that's absolutely crazy. But yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I think I was just able to, like, I knew lead wise that's what I expected, right? I expected that lead, and I was trying to figure out, okay, I have to figure out what kind of Lapras that is. And even if it was Posse Lapras, the fact it wasn't max speed was really important. Or like, I guess maybe it had speed, but it wasn't max speed for sure. And I was just able to get a big amount of damage with my fast mode, even under the tail from Lapras before I got a Aurora Veil off, which is pretty important. I was able to eliminate the Lapras, which was the key factor for Ho-oh. I was able to pick up some early knockouts, and I was able to pick up an Airstream knockout into the Torn, which was pretty big because the Airstream knockout and the Torn meant they couldn't set up Tailwind in the later turns. Could have been potentially scary, but I didn't think they wanted to risk maybe Zacian if I Sacred Fired the Tornadus potentially, because that could have been a play I could have went for. So yeah, just definitely ended up working out. And then Screech Sceptile just helped me set up the Ho-oh in the back, which did so much work there. If you currently enjoy the content you're watching and want to see more of it, make sure you check out my other YouTube channels, my second YouTube channel, my Eclipse channel, and of course, make sure you follow the action live on my Twitch channel. All links available in the description down below. All right, we got Kyogre, Tornadus, Thundurus, the Landorus Fairy, and all three genies just invited here to the party, the Urshifu and Celesteela. So this is a very heavy rain team here, and I'm not a big fan of it. I do have Glastrier, which is pretty good against most of their team, but I do have to play extremely well, I feel like, against the Kyogre specifically. So what do I want to go here? Probably the speed swap mode. I actually think it is my most solid mode here. And yeah, I mean, I do think it is my most solid mode here. I'm trying to figure out like what else would I go here, and everything else just seems very mediocre against like Tornadus, Kyogre, which is a really strong lead against me. Although I could lead like Tapu Lele plus Sceptile. It's not that bad against the team. It just depends on, do they lead something else here? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna bring the Sceptile mode. I'm gonna go to Sceptile mode, and then I think in the back I'll try for the Glastrier and Pheromosa, because I don't think I'm gonna use Ho-oh here because they have a Landorus as well. I don't know who they're gonna bring here. I'd imagine it's Kyogre, Tornadus, and then back to, I'd say, Urshifu, Celesteela, which is what I expect. So I'm gonna try to stall out Tailwind immediately, maybe get the KO on Kyogre, which would be really nice here, and then we'll play from there. Sceptile being the Unburden allows me to outspeed the Kyogre even under Tailwind, because Sceptile is a speedy demon with a base 120 speed. So I do get an energy ball off before they can go for the water spout, which is pretty huge. So we're gonna see a Dynamax come or lead here of Sceptile plus Thundurus. Wait, this could be really fun. Oh, this could be really fun. The Thunderous might go down to Screech, Psyshock. Oh man, if I let Glastrier too, wait, if I let Glastrier, like, this game would be over. What the heck? Okay. Psychic Seed here. We do see the Intimidate from the Landorus here. Actually, it could be. Is this support Thunderous? I don't know. I feel like it's Defiant on this team. It does seem like it'd be Defiant here, but I don't think I really mind the Landorus too much. I think I'm more concerned about the Thunderous here. Thunderous is definitely the big scary Pokemon right here. They are definitely going to go for an Airstream. I think I go for Psyshock Screech into the Thunderous and hope for a knockout. And that might definitely be the case here. I could go for the Landorus, but I just don't think Landorus is a threat if I knock out the Thunderous right here. So, you know what? Let's try it out. Let's try out Screech plus Psyshock right here. We're going to see the Dynamax come out now. The question is from who? If it's from Landorus, I'm not really that concerned about Landorus once again. I do have a Glastrier in the back, which is pretty solid against it. So we are going to see. Oh, it is the Landorus Dynamax. Okay. I don't mind taking the KO on Thunderous either because I have no idea what kind of Thunder set it is. And we'll see what comes out here. I really don't mind because Pheromosa might just outspeed the Landorus too. If it's not Jolly. Oh. Swagger. Okay, so it was support. Okay, that's fine. Huh. So they were trying to power through, I guess, my team. They are going to go for the Lumberry and that. Okay, I do get the Screech off onto the Thunderous right there. So I am going to be able to knock it out with Psyshock guaranteed here. And then let's see what the Landorus goes for. Probably just Airstream into Sceptile. I mean, whatever it goes for an Airstream or an attack into is going to pick up a knockout. But then I just bring in Pheromosa and click triple Axel. Oh, it's Sash? Wait, I just barely missed a knockout. What? That's crazy. Wait, how bulky is that Thunderous? Okay, that's fine by me though. I still have Pheromosa in the back. I just got to hit my triple Axels right here with the Pheromosa, which is the important part because that's all I really need here. If it's that bulky of a Thunderous to live a Screech plus Psyshock, that's absolutely insane. That means it has to be like really high defenses right there. So we do bring in the Pheromosa here, and I am going to go for a Psyshock into Thunderous. There's no way it should outspeed my Pheromosa or my Lele because of the fact that even with the +1 speed, just because of how well it took that Psyshock. Unless I missed a Sash, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. But yeah, I'm going to go for the triple Axel here into the Landorus, and I'm going to go for the Psyshock into Thunderous as, let's see here. Get Psyshock off, beautiful. Into the Thunderous, so Thunderous is going to go down. And if the Landorus is Jolly, I don't know. I don't think I outspeed. Okay, yeah, it is Jolly, so it does outspeed. It's able to go for a Max Quake, which is completely fine here. The Lele is going to go down. I'm okay with that, and then it's going to be, I wonder who's in the back. Probably Tornadus Kyogre at this point. I think triple Axel should KO, I think, the Landorus though. This is triple Axel from Pheromosa, and we know that it's Jolly Landorus. Yeah, assuming I hit all. Yeah, I should KO. Okay, nice. So triple Axel into Landorus, able to pick up the knockout. Beautiful. All right, so this situation is a 2v2, but I still have Dynamax available, which is a really important factor here. So let's see what they are going to bring out here. And I do get a speed boost with the Pheromosa, which is nice because I actually am able to outspeed like Torn. I'm able to outspeed Kyogre under Tailwind. So that's actually really nice here. Let's see who they bring out. I will bring out Glastrier, and then Dynamax Glastrier looks really scary for them. Let's see if there's still in the back. It's going to be Kyogre, no surprise there. Torn, if it's Urshifu, I'd be kind of surprised here. Yeah, it is Torn. Okay, yeah. I had a feeling they had Torn Kyogre in the back. It looked like they were just going on for power right here. But yeah, looks really good here. I should be able to go for Max Quake here pretty safely and a close combat. I did not expect the Prankster on the Thunderous with the Torn. I really thought it was going to be offensive right there, but this ends up working out perfectly for me. And yeah, I just go for the Kyogre. I guess Hurricane Confusions can be an out here for my opponent, but they have to get extremely lucky against me right now. Because I am going for a close combat into the Kyogre. I could go for the speed swap play. The reason I don't think I need the speed swap play at all is because even if I speed swap the Glastrier, it's not going to outspeed. It outspeeds the Kyogre, but it doesn't outspeed the Horn, so I might as well just reduce the water spout damage, which I think is more important. So let's see here. I'm probably going to get the boost anyway with the Glastrier. Yeah, so I got a close combat off into the Kyogre, because if I speed swap my Pheromosa, it actually doesn't change it doesn't make Glacier faster because it doesn't take into effect the speed boost that I got from the beast boost earlier. So Glacier would have the base speed of what Pheromosa was, or which would be like 223. So I am going to go for a max quake into the Kyogre. This should pick up a knockout. Yep, and this Torn really not looking great here. I should be able to go for triple Axel here. I should be able to go for Hailstorm and pick up the win. Swagger. Wow. I'm kind of sad that Screech didn't KO, although it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because if they were able, I guess, no, it didn't really matter too much, right? Because if they got the free switch in, what did they go? I guess Horn comes out and then Tailwind, but they have to Tailwind and do damage with the Landers. I guess it's still a blessing though that I didn't KO, right? Because even if that's not the case, I'm able to avoid a, you know what, I'm going to speed swap the Glacier here. I'm just going to speed swap the Glacier here. I think it's fine. But the thing is, if I pick up the Knock on Thundurus, it could be like max guard from the Landers, some Icy Wind Mine games, stuff like that. So that could have screwed over my Pheromosa potentially. So yeah, I actually think it was the best case that I didn't actually knock out the Thundurus, since it was a support, looks like a really physically defensive Thundurus, because I'm insanely shocked that it lived that Psyshock from Screech, lowering the defense stat so Psyshock would do more. But yeah, that's absolutely insane. But overall, Pheromosa was definitely the MVP of the game. Getting the triple Axel KO was absolutely huge into that Lander slot, and yeah, absolutely beautiful. All right, we got Dave number 8. Okay, Zygarde. Interesting. Zygarde, Charizard, Venusaur, which I absolutely hate. There is the Sableye, Incineroar, and Porygon too. So Sun Team basically, Ho-Oh does really well except against the Zygarde. I do have a Glacier though, which is pretty effective against their team for the most part. Unfortunately, I don't have Intimidate, which is a little bit of a shame right here. Also, I have no idea what kind of Sableye that is, but I don't think this is going to be Trick Jack's button on this team. I just really don't see it here. So what do I want to go here? I could go Pheromosa with triple Axel is really nice against this team. I got like quite a few options right here, which are pretty solid against their team in general. So I don't really like Tapu Lele here. I think Tapu Lele is okay, but I just don't think it does too much work. I really do like Dragapult, and I actually like Ho-Oh as a lead. That's a really interesting lead here. I don't want to leave Pheromosa because I want to try to eliminate, I think, the Sableye as quick as possible, because Sableye is just an annoying Pokemon with Wisp. If it is Wisp on the team, and I do want to pressure it, I think, with these Pokemon. Also, like Tapu Lele is a little bit weak here. The Moonblast don't do too much damage. I have no idea exactly what to bring, but I'm trying to cover if they go to Trick Room mode or if they're going to go for the powerful Sun mode right here. But let us see how this is going to go. I'm quite interested. A Zygarde team this high on the ladder. Let's see how this is going to play out. But I think overall, I should be fine against Zygarde. It's the Sun mode I'm more worried about, because Zygarde, I have quite a few good answers to Zygarde, so I think I'm fine in that department. We're gonna see P2 Incineroar. Okay, that's okay. All right, so I do lead my Dragapult and my Ho-Oh here. They trace my clear body. Okay, that's interesting. Okay here, so I'm not really too concerned about this position that much. I think I could, well, I don't want to take an Ice Beam right here. Trace is an interesting ability in general on this team. I think, what do I want to do here? I could fire off attacks. I don't really like that. I kind of want to switch out into Glass, I think, but that opens up, no. Well, they can't set up Charizard, and I don't know if they even have Charizard in the back. I don't even know what, actually, I don't even know what they have in the back, because they might not have even brought the other Pokemon. I think right here, I'm going to go for a Sacred Fire onto, or do I want to Brave Bird? Because I do need chip on the Incineroar. You know what? We Brave Bird the Incineroar, I think, and we swap out the Dragapult, because I'm thinking that this is probably going to be Ice Beam into the Dragapult turn 1 and a Fake Out. Or, yeah, okay. Or Parting Shot here is fine too. Okay, so we are able to get a Brave Bird off into Incineroar. Not bad chip. That's pretty good chip. We're going to see Parting Shot come out into my Ho-Oh slot. That's fine. I'm at -2, but I'm completely acceptable of that. What's Porygon going for? I'd say it's Ice Beam, but it might be Trick Room here. If it's Trick Room, that's completely fine for me. I'm at Glacier, a monster under Trick Room, so that wouldn't be too bad for me. I'm kind of curious on what they are bringing out, though. Charizard is brought out. Okay. And it's going to be, it is Trick Room. Okay. Interesting right here. I don't mind that at all. Yeah. Now the question is, I have no idea if they're going to max here or not. That's the thing. If they max here, a little bit strange. It is a little bit strange here. I don't know, because they could also go Incineroar here, but they could go for Incineroar into the P2 slot, but they might be trying to bait out my max here. It's a really interesting mind game right here. I'm not sure what the best optimal play is here. I think it's I don't need Glastrier to win. I do have my other thing on deck here, so I think I could just throw off a Crash here, weaken the Charizard just in case. I think we go out into Pult. This could be a big mistake though. I do think Incineroar is coming in for a slot. I say it's Charizard since P2 stayed in. Kind of curious what the P2 did. Yeah, they do retreat Charizard. Okay, good thing I did not max there, because maxing would have been bad. But this might have been an Ice Beam in the Ho-oh. That might be taking extra chip that's unnecessary with my Dragapult, but I think that's completely fine. I'll definitely take that, I think, in my opinion. So let's see what's going to come out here. Yeah, I think this is Ice Beam, or they reverse Trick Room, which I think could make sense too. I think that definitely would make sense. So here comes a Crash into the Incineroar slot and a Ice Beam. Yeah, it is into the Dragapult slot. So I do take quite a bit of damage, but I don't think that's that bad realistically. I don't mind that at all. So this is probably just another Ice Beam into the Pult slot. I imagine Incineroar probably parting shots out here again. I just don't see a reason why you wouldn't. So I'm going to crash the Incineroar because it either catches Zygarde potentially, or it catches the Charizard and weakens it. If I can weaken Charizard, that'd be really nice. I think that would be your goal here. You might parting shot or Flare Blitz. If you Flare Blitz, I think that's okay. That weakens it for my Ho-oh, which I think is okay. Because they don't have a good Ho-oh answer other than whatever they're conserving in the back. They have to rely on Intimidates probably. So here comes a Crash. Oh wait, are we still in Trick Room? Oh, we're still in Trick Room. I thought they reversed Trick Room. I think because that was in the back of my mind. Okay, that's a little bit awkward, but that's okay. That's okay here. Okay, that's fine. Not exactly what I would have liked, but I'm okay with that. Let's see, should be Charizard again. I don't think you bring in the Zygarde because obviously I can crash unless you want me to bait the Crash and go Incineroar once again. But the Incineroar is really weakened at this point, which I'll definitely take. I don't mind it because Incineroar can hardly switch in anymore. It's really weakened at this point. Charizard is going to come out, no surprise. It should be P2 going for Ice Beam again. Yeah, okay. Man, I knew there was something wrong with me crashing the Incineroar, even though I thought Charizard was coming in, which it did. It just was in the wrong order. So I think we saved the Glastrier because I just don't see a reason why is that Glastrier over Pult. And I'm going to go for a Brave Bird into Charizard to try and weaken it. I think I could see another Intimidate round. I just don't know which slot's going to switch in for the Intimidate. I think it's Porygon 2 this time, and then Charizard just Dynamaxes. And I think that's completely fine if that's the case. So we'll see. We retreat our Glastrier. This should be the... I guess what's upcoming can be a little bit annoying. They just max here. Okay. That's fine by me. They max here, and... yeah, I think that's completely fine. No Incineroar is really interesting, so I do get a pretty powerful Brave Bird up, unless they have Rock. Do they have Ancient Power? Are they preparing for an Ancient Power decision? Because that's why I would see this play. Let's see. Ice Beam into... they catch my switch really solid. Okay. Oh, this is... please don't tell me this is actually... is this actually... oh boy. Really good damage in a Charizard Ho-oh. Jeez. Oh, it was Rockfall. Okay, Ho-oh's gonna go down. It's not the end of the world, but that's definitely really bad here. Okay, I was not expecting Rockfall, but it kind of makes sense. I think Charizard's just a big threat. Some of them do run Ancient Power. I wasn't expecting on this team. Ends up working out really well for them. Actually, no, it makes a lot of sense on this team. I think they don't have any immediate offensive against Charizard, so maybe I should have accounted for the Ancient Power. Although I had no switch in. I would have had to max the Glastrier, and I don't think that would have been the best decision. Oh well. Bring out the Glastrier here. And the Pheromosa. This is really bad. This is really bad. Okay. This is really, really bad. I think I coaching the Glass, and I think I go for a max Hailstorm into Charizard. Oh, there's a lot of mind games here now. There's Incineroar as a switch. Yeah, there's Incineroar as a switch, which is really bad. I think from P2. They could just stay in with P2, but they don't. Okay. So I think I had to Hailstorm in order to... I don't even know if I'll knock out the Charizard. I'm attempting to. If I can knock out the Charizard in this position, that would be fantastic here. If I don't, it's a little bit awkward, but I can potentially make it out of this game alive. Oh, wait. No, they're going to max guard here. I think I had to Knuckle. I think I had to read this, actually. Well, it depends, right? Because I don't know if they're max guard or not. I think they're trying to max guard here so they can go for a fake out to prevent a speed swap from happening next turn, which is definitely a reasonable play here, I think. Okay, no, they did attack here. Okay, if I KO the Charizard, we actually have a chance. Did we KO the Charizard here? I don't think we do, though. Yeah, pretty close, but not enough. It was pretty important to knock out the Charizard, too. I needed the Hailstorm. Ooh, that kind of sucks. As they go for Wildfire into Pheromosa, yep. The Pheromosa is going to go down, and yeah, now the firepower that I have here. Oh, what could I have done? I guess I could have knuckled the Instant. Knuckle Instant might not have been a bad play there. I do get the coaching off at least, but I mean, I guess I could theoretically still win. Because no, I think I take too much damage. Wildfire plus a Blast Burn upcoming, and then Incineroar's going to Parting Shot out into P2. Yeah, I don't really like my odds here. I mean, theoretically it's doable, but I just don't think I'll have enough health in the back. Especially with like Incineroar just going to keep Parting Shotting out. So I'm going to Knuckle the Incineroar as it should be a Parting Shot out, U-turn something into P2, I'd imagine. As we're going to see one last Wildfire. Oh yeah, they still had one more turn max, yeah. So Glacier does take it. Charizard does go down, but I think they just have too many Pokemon at this point. I think what I needed to do, I guess I would have had to double up the Charizard to make the read, but I wasn't sure. And the Rockfall, I probably should have considered. They were pretty weak to Charizard, I think, team-wise. So yeah, I should have considered it. I played a bit too aggressive with the Hole there. I thought Hole was safe. I thought I'd be able to get an Airstream Wildfire, and just got heavily punished right there. P2 going to come out. Completely fine as chilling day. Here comes Max Knuckle. Yeah, I don't think I can win. P2's kind of just bulky. There's the Incineroar, of course, which is probably going to come in. Probably Parting Shot out to Zygarde, I imagine. Actually, what would you do here? I think if I was my opponent, I would switch out to P2 into Zygarde, and I would Parting Shot out. I think that's what I would do. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Because oh, they went hard Zygarde. I mean, this might be a bait regardless. Or oh, they're just trying to substall. Yeah, this is substall. Yeah, I don't have enough HP to win the game. Okay, because I'm imagining the Zygarde subs here. I'd imagine P2 just attacks. They're just gonna wait Incineroar to get in pretty safely there. Oh, good game. I think. Yeah, I definitely could have probably played against Charizard a bit better. I let my Dragapult get pretty weakened early on, which wasn't exactly amazing because I was trying to play around the P2 and potentially their Trick Room. And yeah, that was a pretty big blunder though. If I got a high horsepower from the Incineroar instead of the Icicle Crash, because I had a feeling that they would go Charizard there, but I completely messed up the switch order. That definitely was the worst decision I did. Because if I got rid of Incineroar, I would have been pretty good, right? Because I had Hailstorm pressure, I had Brave Bird pressure into Charizard that probably would have picked up the knockout, especially since they didn't get the Intimidate off. I would have gotten the attack boost too. It would have been a completely different game, but I definitely messed up. But well played to my opponent as well. The Max Rockfall on the Charizard. Definitely should have probably seen that coming, but my opponent did utilize it, I think, at the right timing, getting rid of my Ho-Oh since I was playing really aggressive. I wasn't protecting as much. And yeah, I got extremely punished right there. And that is the show. Screech Sceptile really doing some work right here. I don't think Sceptile missed a single Screech either, so don't miss the chance to hit the like button if you did enjoy this episode, and leave a comment down below. And while you're at it, try out the team. You have 2 weeks to grab it with the rental code right here before it expires, but there is a payment available in the description down below. But thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people, and until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.